Welcome to episode 267, guys. Hi, back out on the bank again after what was my last session? St. John's. So that was a blank. Back out on the bank again. This will probably be a blank. But no, I'm on my Syndicate again, guys. So I've only just rocked out, as you can probably see. Still got the kit about, not fishing yet. So yeah, just I kind of had a walk around the lake, picked a swim. I've come back out onto the far side of the lake, sort of one swim to the right of where I was fishing last time I was on this lake. I come around here because with the dry weather we've had at the moment, the rest of the lake is quite low water levels at the moment, quite shallow, and this side of the lake has still got its normal water levels, where this side of the lake didn't get shallowed up. So made the effort to get around here. Like I said, I'm not fishing yet, just a bit worn out, so hence why I'm sat in a chair for an intro, just to have a bit of a rest before I do start getting all the kit ready. So yeah, so it's Tuesday, it's bank holiday weekend, just gone up until bank holiday Monday yesterday, so I don't know how busy it was, but I think there's what, 1, 2, 3, there's about 4, 5 people on the lake at the moment as I've just turned up. So yeah, so anyway, right, I'm not going to waffle on too much. I'm here for 3 nights. The lake seems to have been fishing fairly well lately, looking at the social media, so hopefully that's a good sign. So anyway, without further ado, so I've had me a bit of rest now in the new chair, so time to start sorting some kit out. So I've got 3 nights on the bank. I'm fishing up to Friday. I want to be packed up for about Friday lunchtime, because Friday evening I've got a car meet I want to go to. But yeah, anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's get the kit out. Let's go fishing. And guys, so I'm just setting up some rigs. So obviously still not fishing yet. I've decided to go with the old Ronnie rigs for this session, guys. Why the Ronnie rig, I hear you ask? No particular reason, just I've not used the old Ronnies for a long time lately. I've been using the old, some sort of fluorocarbon D-rig of some sorts lately. So yeah, I've not used the old Ronnie for ages, so that's why I'm setting up the Ronnie, look guys. No other reason than that. But yeah, because we got big fish in this lake, I'm setting these rigs up with a size 4 hook, barbless of course as per fishery rules, and they're just mounted to the old quick change Gemini hook lengths. And then on the hook I've got a Ridge Monkey kicker, the tungsten one, to weight it down, so in theory I shouldn't need to mount any extra weight to countersink the pop-up that goes on the rig. And then a little camo anti-tangle sleeve, which will obviously be mounted to the lead clip setup. I've not even decided what baits I'm going to mount to them yet. Just thought go with the Ronnie rigs. But my mate old Clive, 2 swims to the left of me back there, I've just gone and done a photo for him. He's just had a 31 4 out, so he's quite chuffed. That swim has been doing particularly well. Last video I filmed here, it was the swim to the left of where I fished, the swim that Lee was fishing. It's been doing particularly well lately, that swim. It's been doing a lot of fish, that swim. So anyway, right, I'm going to carry on, I just thought I'd tell you what rigs I'm using to start this session off. Clive caught on that on the older fluorocarbon D rig, funnily enough, using double tigging up. So yeah, I'll make a mental note of that for later in the session, just in case. Right, anyway, I'm gonna get the marker rod out. This last time there was a weed bank over the other side of the lake, so I'm gonna have a bit of a lead around first and just see if that's still there or not. Right, let's crack on. Right guys, so I've done a little bit of marker up work just off of camera, and I think I've settled on about 13 wraps where I'm going to fish. So in the distance, sort of in front of this one, there's 3 taller trees on the very far horizon, the other side of the lake. What I'm going to use as my markers, aiming for the left hand tall tree at 13 wraps for about a rod length and a bit off the far bank. For the middle tree we're about a rod length off the far bank, and there's also a nice little lily pad there to aim to, and for the right hand rod there's another little lily pad there, and we're going to be about half a rod length from the far bank over there, obviously because as the bank goes from the left to the right it comes in a bit closer, hence why at 13 wraps we're kind of half a rod length and a bit from the far bank. But yeah, so anyway, so the initial bit of marker work I've done so far yeah, it's been coming in clean and smooth and no locking up. So when I was last here, I can't remember when it was now, 4, 5, 6 weeks, I can't even remember, I'll hold H for you. But there's that weed bank that was over there, it isn't there anymore, so that's not an issue. So yeah, so literally all I've been bringing in is just a few strands of like this grassy stuff, so certainly nothing to worry about. Have a bit shallower, didn't take us long to hit the bottom for the right hand rod. But, yeah, coming back nice and smooth. A little bit of knocking there, probably a little bit of gravel, but yeah, certainly for a few pullbacks there's no lockups or snagging or anything on the marker lead. So yeah, so I think we've found our range, 13 wraps that we're going to fish. Right, like I say, we've already got the rigs made up, had to modify them slightly. I'll show you that just before they go out, why I had to modify them. But yeah, right, just need to get the rods wrapped up now and we can get fishing. Right guys, so first rod about to go out. Like I said, I just wrapped it up at the 13 wraps that I said. So like I said, there's not a lot of modification as I mentioned, but we have a little ESP balance speed on the end of the Gemini Ronnie boom now. The reason for that is when I first put a bait on these rigs, I set up a 12mm bait, and the sort of the hook assembly and the tungsten sleeve swivel was just a little bit too heavy for a 12mm, and it just kind of, the hook was just leant over a little bit, So I've switched up to a 15mm bait, which I thought, oh, that'd be bang on. But that a 15mm was then too buoyant, it floated the whole rig. So hence why we've just modified with just the boom section with just the smallest ESP balance bead, and it's absolutely perfect now. Lovely. Alright, rod number 2, guys, middle rod. So this lake is starting to mature nicely now. Like we've got lily beds to fish to now. So a couple of years ago it used to be a bit bland to look out to, if you remember the early vlogs there, guys. But although there's no big trees on the island yet, there are sort of treelets, bushes. The island is now grass covered, so it's a bit prettier to look out onto now, guys. But yeah, this middle rod has got a little tree on the margins, which is lines up nicely also with the tall tree on the far bank, which I'm going to aim to. Lovely, lovely. Alright, here we go then, guys. Our third and final rod to go out. So the first two went out lovely jovely on the spot. And so did the third. Alright guys, so I'm just about to put out a bit of spod mix with the older spod rod. Why aren't you using your bait boat, I hear you ask? The reason is they've modified the rules regarding bait boats here at Aspen at the moment, and it's due to the bird life, mainly the swans, and the swans kept attacking people's bait boats and sort of getting the bait out the hopper. So they modified the bait boat rule here, saying that you had to have some sort of lid, cover, whatever across the top of your hopper to stop the swans mainly attacking your bait boat and, you know, potentially them picking up your rig at your bait boat. That is something I haven't actually done to my bait boat yet. I still need to find something I can put as a lid on my bait boat, so which is why I'm spodding rather than using my bait boat at the moment. So spod mix I've got with me, it's actually one I've had sat in my van. I didn't realise how long I had it with me, but it's there we go. It's one I've had made up in my van for a little while. I actually made this spod mix up early December when I was fishing with me mate Wayne at Farlow's, and I'd used up all my spod session I had at that session, and then I went into the Farlow shop, bought all the ingredients to make another spod mix, added some 12mm boilies from Hinders into it, which is what's in there, and it's been kind of sat in a bucket in my van, and I've kind of forgotten about it. And when I was getting some bait out of my van, I was like, oh, what's in this bucket? Oh, it's that one. So I thought, well, better get it used up. But yeah, it's just basically a mixed particle and boilie mix in there. So right, so I've already wrapped up the spod rod. I've just wrapped it up sort of 1.5 foot short of the 13 wraps, obviously to allow for the swing back of the rigs and what have you when you're spodding. I might have to add some sort of liquid or something to that. Where it's been sat in my van for a while, it's gone a little bit dry, but still usable. Absolutely spot on for the middle rod, that one. So I'm going to put a few of these out for each rod. Probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 spods per rod. Probably the equivalent amount of bait to as if I was using my bait boat, to be fair. So what was that, 3? But yeah, we'll do a couple more, I think 5 we'll do on each rod, and then we'll get the bivvy up because we haven't done that yet. Ignore them bleeps, that's nothing happening. I think the line must be hooked up over something. I'm going to recast that rod in a minute because since it's gone out it's been doing lots of single bleeps, but nothing happening, so I've got a feeling the line just must be hooked up over something. So yeah, so I'm going to do a few more spods on this rod, except 5 on the other 2 rods. We'll do that off camera just so we don't make a massive vlog like usual. And then yeah, then we'll get the camp up. Alright guys, I am just in the middle of eating my dinner and middle rod has jumped into life. It's definitely not a carp, I can tell you that much. Oh, Clive is stood behind the camera. It might be one of your favourite tench, mate. It's a tench. Oh, he's woke up a bit now as well. Oh, you watch him try and tangle up my line, Dowler. He's even dropped the lead. Alright, first fish in the net, guys. Not the intended quarry, but I'll say it was in the net. It's actually swum out of the net. Oh! Now it's not in the net. It just spat the hook. But hey ho, I ain't gonna worry about that one too much, guys, because as much as I do like a tench, they're not being intended quarry this session. So it does allow me to get back to me dinner, that's for sure. Good morning, people. I say good morning, we're actually approaching midday, so yeah, so obviously since the rods went out sort of yesterday, late afternoon, early evening, nothing has happened whatsoever. Few odd single bleeps. I think all the rods have done a few odd single bleeps, but yeah, nothing has happened. I've not touched the rods since they went out yesterday. I'll probably after just after midday, like I said, midday's in an hour, so I'll probably wind the rods in, probably have a visit to the facilities, and then, you know, redo the rods with fresh bait and that. But yeah, been a bit quiet. There has been some fish showing. The fish don't often show themselves a lot here at Aspen, but there has been a few shows in front of me, so I know there are fish here. But anyway, so yeah, that's the score. So kind of, you know, first update since, you know, we really got fishing, and it's just to say not a lot's really happened. But yeah, you know, probably in an hour, maybe a couple of hours, we will wind the rods in, and then yeah, get them back out there. I probably won't put any more bait out, because obviously I put 5 spods out per rod yesterday. I mean, maybe 1 spod or something, just to freshen up the spots with some fresh smell and attraction into the area, but I won't put any bait sort of en masse onto my spots when I've not had any fish yet. But anyway, so that's the score. That's where we are so far. Apologies if there's any wind noise as well at the moment. The wind has picked up quite considerably today, and it's yeah, a lot more windy, so if there's any wind noise on this bit, I'll apologise now, guys. Anyway, alright, I'm just gonna chill out for the next hour or so, and then you know, probably see you when I'm redoing the rods. Alright guys, I've had me daily facilities visit, and now it's time to get the rods back out. So don't know where you can see it from there, but there we go. Same rigs, nothing's changed on that side of it, but I've switched the hook baits up to a white hook bait. These are the Hinders beaten Arna. The yellow hook baits were the beaten Arna also, but because nothing's happened so far for sort of, you know, the first night fishing on the yellows, I thought I'd switch it up to just to the white hook baits, just to see if anything might change. We're still going to fish the 13 wrap range, obviously, because that's where I've baited up to. To that lily bed over there. Alright, rod number 2, guys. That middle rod. So exactly the same. I've put all 3 rigs on the old white beaten Arna, so let's do that again. Not happy. It hit the clip, but just as it was hitting the water, so we will redo that one just to make sure, you know, the hook link kicked out properly and we don't have any tangles, which it isn't, but you know, just like to make sure. Right, fresh bit of a PVA foam nugget on first. better. Alright, third and final rod, guys. Alright, that's it guys. All 3 rods now done. God, 1:45. That took a bit longer. Then got a bit delayed by a phone call. Right, have some lunch. That's it. Now the rods are out. They will not get touched again unless a fish comes along or tomorrow comes along. I won't disturb the water more than I have to. Like I say, we're fishing 15mm baits, so I know they're plenty buoyant enough to stay popped up throughout the night. When I wound in the yellow hook baits before I went to the toilet, you know, I test them in the margins like you do, and they were still plenty popped up. So right, anyway, as you can probably tell, shrivelling up. Better get me dinner on. My old Tony is getting a little bit fat. My missus has been on a diet, guys, so I've kind of like been joining in and eating the same kind of diet food. So I think it is a little bit noticeable, to be fair, but anyway, let's get back to the normal junk food. Right, evening guys, say it's evening, we're just gone 7 o'clock and I'm doing what I said I might do earlier on, and that's just putting sort of a spod of bait just on each rod, just to not so much for the food part of it, but more for the attraction and smell to go into me swim, you know, just if there's any fish out there, just to try and attract them to my spots. So this is actually I've already done the outer 2 rods, so this is just the last rod I'm going to do for the middle rod. Oh, that didn't go too well. The line caught on my finger still, but well, we will actually do one more because that didn't hit the spot with the line catching on my finger still. So better. So yeah, it's just a few spods, you know, one on each spot and one short, just to put some smell and attraction into the area, guys. But yeah, as I said earlier, I'm not going to touch the rods as for, you know, moving where they are, putting fresh baits on. I don't feel there's any need to do that. But, so anyway, right, that's that for this evening then, guys, unless any fishy action happens during the course of the evening, night time, then I'll see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. Yeah, another fishless night, but hey ho, that's just the way Aspen is. I think all of you that have watched me videos, I think you'll all know I've mentioned enough times now that it's not an easy lake due to the low stock numbers. Just heard the old B-52s take off about 5 minutes ago from Fairford. Didn't see them, but you could just hear them. We saw them yesterday when they filmed one of them when they flew over us yesterday, heading back into Fairford. And yeah, you could hear them take off. I couldn't see them. It sounded like they flew north anyway, wherever they're off to. But anyway, so yeah, what to do today? Well, for a start, Clive, who was in 2 swims to my left, he's just packed up, so that's kind of freed up the hot area of the lake on this side of the lake. So what I might do, there's Clive now. Say morning, Clive.
Morning, Clive.
So yeah, I think what I might do when I do redo the rods, unless anyone else turns up and sort of goes either in the next peg to my left or where Clive is, I think I might chuck my left rod down towards the rope onto that kind of hot area. I'm gonna do it, yeah. I'm gonna have my breakfast and all that first, but yeah, I say to the rope because between like the island and the point that's on this bank, there's a rope across, what Bob put across when the dam first come out to basically stop people taking the mickey and putting bait boats from this part of the lake basically into kind of Bob's sort of garden area of the lake. So which people did as soon as the dam come out, so all because of a couple of people taking the piss and sort of sending their bait boats too far, which is why there's Bob put the rope across. So warm southwesterly blowing this morning. Actually not, it's a nippy bloody southeasterly blowing this morning. So yeah, so that's the plan. Food, probably rods in a bit earlier at some point to go and visit the facilities. So as long as no one turns up to my left, the left-hand rod will get chucked in that direction, or in that direction as we're looking at the lake. Anyway, right, I'm going to crack on, get some breakfast on, and then yeah, it's probably not going to be long before a facilities visit is due. Right, less waffle, get back to you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, so I've just had my daily facilities visit and I'm about to put the rods back out. So this will be my left hand rod, and as I said, because the swims to the left of me are free now, it kind of allows me to fish that area of water what's normally the hot spot from the end peg. Because I'm too lazy to move, I'll just cast there rather than move my whole setup down to that swim. So we're good as long as no one turns up in these swims to my left. So yeah, so what I've just done a few casts with a bare lead to find the range to that spot that normally kind of does the fish, and I've just done that, so we're now clipped up. So we'll pop it around the old wrap sticks just to see how far it is on the off chance that I might get a fish, and I've got a recast there again in the night. But yeah, we are clipped up to that range now, so let's pop it around the wrap sticks and see what range we've got. Right guys, so we got 17 wraps and 1 foot when I done that. So rig is now on, made another slight change. That is one of the old Hinders baits that they used to make years ago, one of my favourites. Used to do me lots of fish back in the day before I ever started blogging. That's the old flaming squids. And as it suggests, it's a fishy, spicy bait. Always used to catch me loads of fish. I've still got about half a pot of the pop-ups in my bait bag that I dig out for the old tough sessions. This is one of them sessions, so I thought I'd get the old flaming squids out. That's really gutted when Hinders stopped making them. I wish they'd make them again, but that'll probably never happen. But yeah, and as I said earlier on, as long as no one fishes those swim, turns up to my left and either of them two swims, I can put this rod out there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Lovely jubbly. That's on the mark. Lovely jubbly. Right. Next two rods are going to be on their normal spots where I've been fishing by the lily pads. I mean, it's a feature. There's not many features on Aspen at the moment, so the few that are appearing now, you know, why wouldn't you fish to them? But happy with that cast. Range was okay, but it kind of landed in the middle of the two spots where I've been fishing my right and a middle rod, so we will redo that one. Except we've still got a fairly strong wind blowing from, you know, right to left as you look at the picture, so I didn't compensate for the wind enough. Perfect that time. And guys, third and final rod of the day. Landed on target first time, that's nice. Right, so that's all the rods set up now for the day, well, and the night. You know, I'm going to carry on the way I've been fishing. You know, it's 1 o'clock now, so you know, I don't want to disturb the water any more than I have to by doing recasts. So that'll be it now for the night, unless anything comes along. I won't put any more bait out, because obviously we put that bait out the first day, topped it up with 1 spod per rod yesterday. You know, potentially some of it could get eaten by passing fish. Potentially it's all still sitting down there, so we'll err on the side of caution and not put any more bait out. So yeah, that's it. That's all the action, unless any fish come along, guys. Good evening, guys. And the sun is about to go down on my third and final evening. While there's a pigeon fight in the trees behind me. But yeah, it's all still quiet, obviously. No bleeps or anything since the rods went out, sort of 7 hours ago. So we're just going up to, yeah, about, pretty much 8 o'clock. So the old darker nights, they're closing in now. Yeah, as I said earlier, I haven't touched the rods, since they went out at 1 o'clock. I'm not going to either. There's no need. Pretty much all I've done this afternoon is just chill, relax, enjoy the scenery. Had a little afternoon nap for an hour. But yeah, just looking across to Bob's garden over there. Old my mate Darren, he's setting up in Bob's garden. He's got the privilege of house sitting and looking after Bob's dog for the weekend and feeding the chickens while Bob and Mary go away for the weekend. So Darren gets the privilege of fishing from Bob's garden while he's house sitting, the lucky bugger. But there it goes. That's a lovely evening. So I'm going to sit back and chill, enjoy a couple of cans of cider, and hopefully during this third and final night these rods can rattle off. Hopefully see you in the night, guys. If they don't, I'll see you in the morning. As per usual. Oh, good morning, everybody. Yeah, another quiet night. We've had some rain in the night, a bit more rain this morning, so I think it's a bit damp now. Just watching my mate Darren over in Bob's garden, setting up his bivvy. I didn't see his bivvy up last night, so unless he put his bivvy up after dark or slept in his van last night, I don't know, but yeah, he sent me a picture this morning of a 34 pounder he had from Bob's garden area. So we all know that's where the fish hide out anyway. It's their safe space, so it was easy fishing for Darren, really. So anyway, yeah, so today is pack up day. I'm going to pack up about 1 o'clock, which is in about 3 hours time, so I'm not going to redo the rods for the sake of 3 more hours of fishing. What I am going to do is have some breakfast, and then once I've had a bit of nutrition, I'll start a slow pack up of the non-essentials. Probably the new rods then. But yeah, like I say, we'll get slowly packed up, and then hopefully something in this last 3 hours might happen. Who knows? We've seen it before here at Aspen. I've had a fish right at the death of the session. It's happened before, so hopefully it can happen again. Hello, Bob. Oh, it's not Bob.
Got a facelift, mate.
Hello, Bruno.
Come on, boys, get down. Get down. Good boy. Good boy. Well, mate.
Oh, all right then, Bob. How you doing?
Yeah, well, you know, I just had a bit of face surgery done and a bit of slimming done, and got a new pair of legs, new arms from the robot shop.
Oh, Bruno, how are you?
Good boy.
Right then, guys, so I'm pretty much at the end of the session now. Most of my gear is pretty much on the barrow now. I've only got the rods left to pack up, and then that is session over. So yeah, unfortunately, I seem to have missed the hot spell that the lake was doing, where everyone seemed to be catching fish for fun. Sort of, I saw it on social media, I've come down, I hope to capitalise on that, and yeah, it just hasn't happened, so I seem to have missed the boat on that one. So yeah, so rods are going to come in a minute, and then that is session over. So yeah, unfortunately another 3-day blank here. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you stuck with it to this point, I do appreciate it. I've got no other fishing plans at the moment. I will go fishing, but where, when, I don't know. I literally haven't got any plans for where I'm going to next. But yeah, anyway, if you have stuck through this blank, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, tight lines.